My child, stay with me a little longer. Don't rush away from this moment. I know how quickly your mind tries to move on to the next task, the next worry, the next distraction. But there is something still unfolding here, something your heart needs before you go back to everything else. You've spent so much time trying to figure everything out, trying to make sense of what you feel, what you've been through, and where you're going. You've analyzed your choices, replayed your mistakes, questioned your decisions, and somewhere in all of that thinking, you became tired. Not just physically, mentally, emotionally, deep within. You don't have to carry that constant pressure to figure it all out. Some things are not meant to be solved all at once. Some things are meant to be walked through, step by step, moment by moment. And you're allowed to take those steps slowly. I know there are parts of your story that still hurt, moments you wish had gone differently, words you wish you could take back, situations you wish you had handled better. You've been hard on yourself about those things, much harder than anyone else has been. But listen carefully. You are not your worst moment. You are not defined by the times you felt lost, confused, or unsure. You are growing, even in ways you don't recognize yet. And growth doesn't always feel like progress. It often feels like discomfort, like uncertainty, like everything inside you is shifting. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means something new is forming. I see the effort you've been putting in, even when no one applauds you, even when no one notices, even when it feels like it's not enough. Every small step you've taken matters more than you think. You kept going. That matters. You kept hoping, even when hope felt fragile. That matters. You kept showing up, even when your heart felt heavy. That matters. You don't need to minimize your strength just because it doesn't look loud or dramatic. Quiet strength, the kind you've been carrying, is powerful. It's the kind that builds resilience. It's the kind that carries you through storms without breaking you. But even strength needs rest, and I'm giving you permission to rest now. Not by escaping your life, not by avoiding your responsibilities, but by releasing the pressure you've placed on yourself to be everything all at once. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to meet every expectation, yours or anyone else's. Right now, just breathe in this moment. Let yourself exist without trying to fix, prove, or change anything. There is also something else I want you to understand. You've been seeking validation in places that were never meant to define you, in people who couldn't fully see you, in outcomes that didn't truly reflect your worth. And when those things didn't give you the reassurance you needed, you started questioning yourself. But your worth has never been dependent on someone else's recognition. You don't need to be chosen by the world to be valuable. You already are. Even in your quiet moments, even in your uncertain seasons, even when you feel unseen, I see you, fully, completely, and there is nothing about you that makes you less deserving of love, peace, or purpose. I also know you've been carrying disappointment, the kind that doesn't always show on the surface, the kind that lingers quietly when things don't turn out the way you hoped. You've learned to manage it, to move forward despite it, but it's still there. You're allowed to feel that. You're allowed to acknowledge that something mattered to you and it didn't happen the way you wanted. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. But don't let disappointment convince you that nothing good is ahead, because what's ahead of you has not fully been revealed yet. There are still moments you haven't experienced, opportunities you haven't seen, connections you haven't made, peace you haven't fully felt. Your story is still being written, and this chapter you're in right now, even if it feels slow, unclear, or heavy, it is not the final one. So don't give up here. Don't decide the ending based on a chapter that's still unfolding. Stay. Keep going. Keep allowing yourself to believe, even if it's just a small amount at a time. You don't need perfect faith. You just need a willing heart. And yours, even after everything, is still willing. That's why you're here. That's why this moment matters. Before you move on, I want you to take one thing with you. You are not alone in what you're facing, not in your thoughts, not in your struggles, not in your uncertainty. Even when it feels quiet, even when it feels like nothing is changing, something is happening within you, something steady, something real. Trust that. And when the noise returns, and it will, remember this feeling, this stillness, this connection. You can return to it anytime, because I am still here, and I will be, always. Now go forward, not with all the answers, but with a little more peace than you had before. That's enough for today.
My child, pause for a moment. Not because someone told you to, not because life demanded it, but because something deeper is calling you right now. This isn't just another message passing by on your screen. This isn't noise meant for everyone. This moment is quieter than that, more personal than that. Right now, it's just you and me. No crowd, no expectations, no pressure to be anything other than who you truly are. I know exactly where you are in your life at this very second. I know what you've been carrying, those thoughts you don't say out loud, the emotions you keep tucked away, the quiet exhaustion that follows you even when everything looks fine on the outside. I've seen it all. I've felt every silent sigh, every moment you pushed through when you didn't think you had the strength. And still, I brought you here. Not by accident, not by chance. This moment was set aside for you long before you ever felt this tired, long before you questioned your path, long before you wondered if anyone truly understood you. I knew there would come a time when your heart would slow down just enough, when the noise around you would fade just enough for you to hear me clearly. So listen. You are not behind in life. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. I know it feels like things have been delayed, like you've been waiting longer than you should have to, like everyone else is moving forward while you're standing still trying to figure things out. But what you don't see is that nothing about your journey has been random. Every pause, every setback, every unanswered question, it all has purpose. Even when it didn't make sense, it was still shaping you. I see the weight you've been carrying, not just the responsibilities, but the emotional weight, the kind that doesn't go away with sleep, the kind that sits quietly in your chest and follows you through your day. You've gotten so used to carrying it that you barely notice how heavy it really is. But I notice. You've been strong for a long time, strong in ways people don't even recognize. You've shown up when you felt empty. You've kept going when you wanted to stop. You've smiled when your heart felt tired. And somewhere along the way, you started believing that you had to hold everything together on your own. You don't. You were never meant to carry all of this alone. That heaviness you feel, it's not because you're weak, it's because you've been carrying too much for too long without rest. And now, I'm asking you to let some of it go. Not all at once, not perfectly, just honestly. You don't have to pretend here. You don't have to act like everything is okay. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't even have to understand everything you're feeling. Just come as you are, tired, unsure, hopeful, confused, all of it. I'm not looking for perfection from you. I'm looking for honesty. I know there are questions you've been afraid to ask, questions like, am I really enough? Or am I on the right path? Or even, does any of this really matter? You've pushed those thoughts away because you didn't want to seem ungrateful or doubtful. But I've heard every single one of them, and none of them have pushed me away from you. Let me tell you something clearly. You are enough, not because of what you've achieved, not because of how strong you've been, but simply because you are here. Your value was never something you had to earn. It was already placed within you. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to compete with anyone else's journey. Your life is not meant to look like someone else's highlight reel. You are exactly where you need to be to become who you're meant to be. I know you worry about the future. You think about what might go wrong, what you might lose, or what might never happen. Those quiet fears creep in when everything gets still. And even when you try to stay positive, there's a part of you that wonders if things will really work out. I see that too. And I want you to hear this. Your story is not falling apart. It's still unfolding. Even the parts that feel uncertain right now are leading somewhere meaningful. You haven't missed your chance. You haven't ruined your path. There is still so much ahead of you, more than you can currently see. But right now, you don't need to figure out your entire future. You just need to take one honest step forward. That step might be resting when you're tired. It might be letting go of something that's been draining you. It might be choosing to believe, just a little, that things can get better. That's enough. You don't need to rush your healing. You don't need to have everything together. Growth doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, in small moments like this, when you allow your heart to soften instead of shutting down. And I know it's hard to soften when you've been hurt. I know it's hard to trust when things haven't gone the way you hoped. But I'm still here. I didn't leave when things got complicated. I didn't step away when you got tired. I didn't turn away when you had doubts.